on, you guys? Rasati out here in Singapore Tuesday. It is the 6th of January, you guys, and I wanted to jump on real quick and talk to you guys a little bit because I'm getting a lot of messages just from conversations I've had, from things that I listen to, things that I read, scrolling through the networks, you know what I mean? But I'm getting a lot of messages about just do it. Don't be scared. Don't let the doubts stop you, whatever. Just do whatever scares you most, right? And I really, really believe that I've been procrastinating a lot because I'm scared of what would happen. It's not that I'm scared that I would fail. It's almost like, can I handle it if everybody comes at me at the same time? So I've been a little nervous and pulling back a little bit, but the messages that are coming through right now are very clear in that by playing small, I'm not serving anyone. I am limiting myself. I am my own glass ceiling. That's terrible, right? So I shouldn't be doing that. I should just go out there and do what scares me and then let the chips fall where they may. Honestly, to this point, I've been in the business for about 3, 4 years now, and everything that I've done scared me at some point. And if I hadn't kind of just, closed my eyes tight and just kind of step out on faith a little bit, I wouldn't be where I am at the moment. Not that I'm where I need to be in the future, but I'm further along than I was when I first started. So I'm actually really excited and terrified at the same time, but I've decided I need to step out a little bit more on faith. So recently this year already, you know that I've hit 625 episodes. I went ahead and changed up a little bit of everything this year. The first 5 episodes I already put out on Spotify yesterday. I tried really hard not to edit too much, but I did go through and check on all the gaps and stuff, mostly because I was afraid that the editing process would take a long time. Audacity is super simple. YouTube video tutorials really helped me out a little bit to figure out, the controls and what to do. And honestly, I'm the kind of person that I got to tinker with it in order to learn it. I can't read a manual and figure it out. I'm hands-on. I got to learn it a little bit. So using the YouTube tutorials and then playing around with it myself and trying to figure out what the process is, it really wasn't that bad. To add an intro, eventually maybe add an outro, whatever, not so bad. But I put up the first 5 videos anyway, the first 5 podcast episodes for this year anyway, because I knew if I waited for confirmation that it sounded good, I probably wouldn't do it. So I went ahead and did it. The bad ones are out the way, I think. Considering the fact that I had 600 some episodes without an intro and without any editing, I think I got the bad ones out the way. So here I am now trying to make it a little bit better, a little bit more efficient. I took out all the hems and haws and, yawning and pauses and all that stuff. I tried to reduce it as much as possible. Now, where I thought it was pause for effect, I kind of left it in there, but not as long as it was before, because you can really tell when I'm trying to gather my thoughts and talk to you guys, or when it's like just rolling off the top of my tongue. So yeah, that was something I was afraid of, and I did that yesterday. Today, we are going to get back into recording meditations. Not that I'm afraid of doing the meditations. I got tons of feedback, you guys. I'm really, really grateful because all of the feedback, and it's not like 5 comments here or there, it's like several hundred comments from around the world of whether or not my meditations worked or not. Now, for the most part, people said that they do work, but when I first created them, I created them for a private group, and then I took them down and it's my work, so I kept them, and then I reposted without editing anything, just posted them up on Insight Timer. Luckily for me, I was approved and I'm able to make a passive income from there. But the goal this year is to make 100 meditations for Insight Timer. So God, wish me luck as I endeavor to put out 2 meditations a week, and that starts with this week itself. And honestly, I don't think it'll take that long. And I have a better, more clear understanding of what my audience needs and what they're looking for. And so I feel better about how to go about doing this. Now that I've played with Audacity a little bit, I know I can add in some background music. I know I can add in a gong if I need to, bring someone out of meditation if they're using chanting, if I'm not using chanting at all and it's like a guided meditation throughout. Whatever the case may be, I think I feel a little bit more confident. I was listening to E.T. the hip hop preacher this morning, and he was talking about, what half the battle is? Half the battle is knowing what you need to do to get to where you need to be. Once you know what you need to do, then the next part is just doing it. And obviously, a lot of us attend forums and functions and conferences and, weekend leadership seminars, I don't know, master classes, webinars, all of that. We do all of that. We collect information, right? But how many of us actually implement? How many of us actually do something about that? So with the meditations part, I know what I have to do. I know how to do what I need to do. I just need to get down and do it. And literally speaking, the meditation doesn't take but 20 minutes to record. Editing after that, maybe take another 20 minutes because I got to listen to the whole thing and make sure I've done it correctly, that I'm not missing anything, that I didn't, say something that sounded crazy or whatever. And then it's upload and wait for them to approve. So that is something I'm going to do today because I am a little afraid of doing that. Meanwhile, that's not the only thing on my fear list. I have a fear list, you guys. I went ahead and made that up this morning. I was listening to a Deepak Chopra meditation this morning. When I came out of it, I felt really good about what I needed to do next. So between Deepak Chopra and E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, obviously Gary Vee, Simon Sinek, everybody, the people that I'm listening to at the moment, I know what I need to do next. And I'm not about to sit here on this information or these ideas any longer because I know if I do, somebody else is going to do them. And I feel like the universe gives me these crazy ass ideas for a reason because I see gaps in the system that not everybody else really sees or understands. So fear list, let's talk about that real quick, right? Because the whole episode is about doing what I fear most. I want to make sure that I connect. Here's the thing. I have all the pieces for my business, the many aspects of my business. It's not a one-trick pony kind of business. It's not one product. It's many products. It's many services. It's many aspects of who I am. So I have all of it scattered in different pieces. If you want to call me, scatterbrain, that's perfectly fine. I think I would use that to describe myself as well. But the point being that I have my classes on Teachable. I have my website up, but it's not for everyone to see yet. I'm not advertising it because I don't feel like it's completely finished yet. Of course, art is never finished. It's usually abandoned at some point. But I feel like I need to go ahead and put it back up because I need a hub. I need somewhere central for everybody to come to figure out who the hell I am, what I'm doing, and be able to ask the questions that they need to ask. So number one, Insight Timer. I need to go ahead and start putting up or record at least one meditation today so I can put it up for approval. I need to connect Teachable to my website because for a long time I was worried about payment gateways and how to actually get people to be able to pay me for the services that I offer instead of creating 1,000 different pages and then having like maybe a subdomain and all. I don't want to do that right now. Okay. For right now, I'm going to use as many free apps as possible and make them work for me to the best of my ability because until I get to that place where I'm making tons of money and can afford like one central processing unit, I don't know what to call it, CPU. Did I just say CPU? What I meant was a content management system, CMS. So maybe HubSpot in the future because I've worked with them before. I really like the way they do things. But for now, I'm going to use whatever's free and see if I can't make it all work for me. So Insight Timer number 1 is on that fear list. Teachable number 2 on the fear list. Launching the website number 3 on the fear list. And what else? Actually, that's it. That's plenty right now. I think that's a lot for me to tackle for this week itself. So that is the goal. I'm going to get this done this week. And the last one is actually relaunching my Facebook group, Dear Asati, because I feel like there's a lot of content that I want to get out, but I don't know exactly what resonates with people and why they need it or if they need it. So what I'm going to do is open up this free group so I can actually pick everybody's brains, have them ask me questions, and see if I can't make content from there. So plenty to do. 24 hours to get it done. Okay, maybe not 24 hours because it's already about to be, it's 10:30 right now. And I need to get plenty done in the next couple of hours before baby girl gets out of school. And then after that, it's like, how do I manage time with her and manage time on my business so that I can get to that next level? So this week, you already know what I'm working on. But honestly, I really enjoy the stretch at the moment to push myself out of my comfort zone, to interact with more people, to keep steady with the things that I'm doing daily, and then add in those things that I'm afraid of. Because once I get them done, the first time you do things is the hard part. Once you do it the first time, after that, it's not a big deal. So I'm ready and willing. I got my list. I know what I have to do. I pretty much know how I need to do it. It's just a matter of getting it done. And I've done this episode before. Like I've done an episode on, when you don't feel motivated, when you've got, maybe you have all the motivation in the world, but you still can't seem to sit down at your desk and start doing. It's one of those, okay, I'm going to force it for 10 minutes and see if I can get into it and get it going. So that's basically the strategy right now to get all of this work done. That's also the beauty of being your own boss and being the one in charge where the buck stops with you and there's no one that can tell you otherwise. So you try it, see if it works or not. It's almost like, throw spaghetti on the wall, see if it sticks. And if it doesn't, you try again. You figure out if you need to cook it more or if you start from scratch again. It doesn't matter. The point being, just keep trying, keep showing up, Keep listening to the universe, keep asking questions, inviting people to engage with you so you know exactly what's needed at the moment. And from there, the sky's the limit. I've been creating content now for about 3-4 years, and this isn't something that I was taught to do. It's something kind of fell into. Honestly, I haven't been purposely creating content the whole time that I've been on Instagram, but I started out on Instagram in 2011 when baby girl was born, and I kind of felt a little crappy about myself. I started posting pictures, and since 2011, it's been about 9 years that I've been on social media. Obviously, I've been on Facebook for way more than that, but I didn't engage the way that I engage now. It wasn't a business. It wasn't, with a purpose of teaching anything. I was just sharing because my family is scattered across the globe. So things have changed. I've picked up a couple new apps. I do want eventually I will add TikTok to the fear list and a couple of other things, but for now I think the list is plenty full. And yeah, I would love to hear what it is that you're working on that you're a little scared of, but you're going to go ahead and do anyway, because I would love to be able to support you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any other questions or anything else you want me to actually talk about as far as my entrepreneurial journey, being a single mom, being a business coach, a life coach, being a mental health advocate, being a survivor and a thriver, any of those things. Please shout me out in the comments. Let me know what you need, and I will do my best to get back to you. So in the meantime, it's all love, you guys. I will catch you again soon. Love, Rasati.